When you come to a small town, for us, we don't feel like we were called to a church, but we were called to a community.
We live in Grand Coulee. It's a small town in eastern Washington on the Columbia River where the Grand Coulee Dam was built in the 30s. It's a beautiful place because we have this awesome access to water, so it's become like an oasis in the middle of a desert. There's over 2 million people that come every summer to see the dam. The average stay, however, is only 20 minutes, so the restaurants don't really get that much business. Well, there's all kinds of models that I've been exposed to over the years on how to be a pastor, and from very respected people that we all know. And early on in my life, I tried different ones out, and then finally came to the place, well, why don't you just be you? And so I try to be myself wherever I'm at. And so there's no real difference in the way I act or treat people if I'm in the church or outside the church. And I try to model that because it's natural, but also that's the way I want the people of our church to be. We, at our church, are involved in the community just like I am. There's discipleship going on. And I talk to the church people in the sense that, hey, we're here on Sunday morning to learn how to live out there. It's just a passion to do what you know you were designed to do, and there's nothing greater. And it might be in a small town, but God sees, and that's all that counts.
I'd encourage you to persevere, because we've been through lots of up and downs in 26 years. It's not all smooth sailing. And unless God gives you a directive, a clear directive that you need to leave where you are, you stay put. Because if we hadn't have stayed put for as long as we have, God would not have been able to show us some of the blessing. You know, we would have left before we would have gotten to see what He had in mind. So we're just beginning to see some of that goodness, and that takes year after year, week after week, you know, just hanging in there, showing up, just doing what He tells you to do, and being faithful.
I think years ago we were at a conference, I think it was in Portland, and people were coming forward at the end for the different leaders to give words to them, and we went forward, and Jack Hayford gave a word over us, and the word was, do not become weary in well-doing. And that's been kind of a theme of our life through these last 26 years. Like Janice has said, there's been times when, let's leave. This is too hard.
Yeah, or we felt, boy, these people deserve a better pastor than they're getting right now. And so maybe we should pull out so that God can bring who He wants here. But He's never told us to go. So we've stayed.
You know, the older you get, I just turned 64 last Sunday. And when I was 30, that was an impossible number. And now it just seems like I'm just starting. Yeah, we really believe that the Lord has said to us that our best days are yet to come.